Hillary's world just collapsed after what Congress just found linking her to treasonous White House coup. Washington politicians have a long history of hiding some of their worst offenses in some pretty underhanded ways, but none is as proficient as the Clinton clan. Their plan to win the White House was so foolproof that they were willing to hang every single hope and dream on it, throwing caution, and the law, to the wind. After Hillary didn't win, the mess that was left in her wake is one of historical proportions. One huge contributing factor in Hillary's loss was the revelation of some of her wrongdoing while serving as Secretary of State. That Pandora's box, once opened, led to light being shed on so many crimes that many have been calling for imprisonment. While Hillary going to prison might seem like a pipe dream, some of the more conservative politicians in Washington aren't willing to let Hillary get away with her crimes as easily as she seems to wish. Thanks to the efforts of Representative Matt Gaetz of Florida along with a few others, there may finally be an investigation into the special treatment of Hillary Clinton. According to BizPac Review, Gaetz isn't just mildly suggesting, either, he's rallying the forces, calling the press and pushing for action. GOP Representative Matt Gaetz of Florida will call Wednesday morning for an investigation into the FBI's alleged special treatment of its investigation into former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's handling of her private email servers. Gaetz will make his announcement Wednesday alongside many members of the House Freedom Caucus, including Reps. Jim Jordan of Ohio, Mark Meadows of North Carolina, Ron DeSantis of Florida, Ted Yoho of Florida, Scott Perry of Pennsylvania, Jody Hice of Georgia, Andy Biggs of Arizona and Louis Gohmert of Texas. President Donald Trump fired former FBI Director James Comey in May, citing his mishandling of the investigation into Clinton's private email server while she was serving in former President Barack Obama's administration. This might not seem that significant because it's looking into the FBI, not Hillary. While the FBI does need to have some accountability, we all know who we want to see Hillary face the consequences of her actions. The trick here is to get proof that the investigation that was done before was invalid. Supposedly, all of this has been settled and we all need to move along because there's nothing to see here. But, if someone can prove that the previous investigation was biased, then we can look again, and with Trump's cabinet members at the helm, the blinders will be off. By all accounts, liberals should be thrilled with how the FBI is going right now. They got their special prosecutor, which has so far come up with a big pile of nothing, but it has turned the eyes of the world on this investigation now. According to Alan B. West, that might not turn out the way they wanted it to. The FBI has become a flaming nightmare exposing a seemingly corrupt and lawless organization, which is supposed to be our top law enforcement agency in America. Now, let's be forthright here. This is not about the everyday FBI agents out in the field busting their tails to keep us safe. No, this isn't about them. It's about the DC swamp and career bureaucrats who are perverting one of the mandates of the federal government as contained in the preamble to our Constitution, establish justice. As reported by Fox News, the FBI agent who was removed from Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into possible ties between the Trump campaign and Russia, because he sent anti-Trump messages to a colleague, oversaw the Bureau's interviews with ousted National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, Fox News confirmed on Monday. Peter Strzok, a former deputy to the Assistant Director for Counterintelligence at the FBI, also was confirmed to have changed former FBI Director James Comey's early draft language about Hillary Clinton's actions regarding her private email server from grossly negligent to extremely careless. The language being edited was important because classified material that's been mishandled for gross negligence calls for criminal consequences, analysts point out. The wording change came to light last month after newly reported memos to Congress showed that a May 2016 draft of Comey's statement closing out the email investigation accused the former Secretary of State of being grossly negligent. A June 2016 draft stated Clinton had been extremely careless, The modified language was final when Comey announced in July 2016 that Clinton wouldn't face any charges in the email investigation. Treasonous is being reviewed by the Justice Department's Office of Inspector General for the role he played in the Clinton email investigation. Then again, how many times did Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton lie? Heck, ABC's Brian Ross has been disgraced as he lied about the nature of LTG Flynn surrendering to the FBI and his admission of lying with his fake news story about Flynn testifying against President Trump and the phone call to Russian Ambassador Kislyak. With whom many Democrat political leaders had met. End the Mueller investigation because Mueller and his team are corrupt, not objective and unbiased. They're just political tools. And send the bill for this fiasco to the Democrat National Committee. End the Mueller investigation because the duplicitous hypocrisy is appalling and truly a slap in the face of justice, or what we thought justice was meant to be. And lastly, if U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions can't get this under control, then he needs to step down. Jeff Sessions is a good and honorable man, but at this time, we need a steely-eyed junkyard dog that fears no one. And will restore a sense of justice to the Department of Justice. This is all very bad theater, a massive kabuki dance, and it is utterly disgraceful and disgusting. This must end, and I mean now. The left will scream, but who cares? Send Mueller home, and then open an investigation on him, and all those listed above. Hillary might not be in cuffs now, but she probably shouldn't get too cozy with her current position, because she's had a whole lot of Fridays, but Sunday's coming.